Hey everyone, Mike here, Skidway Barbecue. Today we're going to be cooking on the Hellrazr Yama and we're going to be trying a long, low, slow cook. We're going to be doing a ham. So let's get started. So we've got this beautiful gammon joint. 3 guesses if you can tell me where I got it from. Yes, of course, it was Bob's Butchers, as normal. What can I say, once you start getting something from somebody, you tend not to want to go away. So we're just going to trim off a layer of this fat, but I got the wrong knife for it, so give me 2 seconds. So now I've got a proper knife. We're just going to trim off some of this fat. Try not to cut the string. And then what we're going to do when we season this up, I'm going to leave this seasoned for it all to soak in. We're going to leave it in the fridge overnight. Don't take note of this trimming skills. But I'm excited to do this, like to cook on the Yama. Like, it's clear it's great for like grilling your burgers, your sausages. The first cook I was going to do were beef ribs, but I've kind of changed my mind because I've got this joint that I've got to cook. So I thought, why not try the Yama on this one first? So let me just get this finished cutting up and then we'll go to seasoning. So the first thing we're going to do is just put a little mustard binder just give it a rub. It doesn't really do anything for the flavour, but it is just to help get that rub to kind of stay on. I always find with pork, whether it's ribs or pork butt, you know, it's quite a moist meat anyway. First of all then, we're going to come at it with the Hellrazr apple rub. I've used this before on the last ham I did, my first ham actually, and I did that on Christmas, and I must admit it was a huge success. So we're going to give this a real good coat of the apple. You can use your favourite rub, but this is a really big piece of meat, so it's going to take quite a chunk of seasoning. Get the ends. We're also going to do like either a whiskey or bourbon glaze with this. So now we've got the apple on there, we're going to come at it with some Hellrazr's honey rub. This is quite regularly my go-to for ribs. My favourite way of doing it is ribs is to have this honey rub on it. Gives it a great colour. So now you can see we've kind of got that rubbed up. We're going to leave this overnight in the refrigerator, and then we're going to get it out. We'll get the Yama fired up tomorrow. I'll show you how we fire that up and how we're going to set that up. But yeah, I'll see you in the morning. So everything's been in the fridge overnight. We are just getting the Hellrazr set up. So let me show you how we're doing that. So as you can see, now what I do think this is missing, the only thing is like a grate to put the charcoal on. Not necessarily a charcoal basket, just a grate. So what I've done is I've taken one out my PK Go, I've popped it at the bottom there just to give it a bit of airflow underneath. We've got a couple of fire starters in, got a couple of apple wood chunks that we're going to pop in, and we'll get it all closed down, and then we'll get this thing going. So the ham's rested. It's been in the fridge overnight. Excuse the big powerful light, but it's been in the fridge overnight. That rub's well and truly set in. We're just getting this up to temperature. We're going to be running it at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. We're at 90 at the moment. Once it gets up to temperature, we're going to close this grate down. That one's already closed, but I've got a grill probe in there, and then this one's going to stay open. So what we want to have happen is the airflow and everything come up, burn through, all the smoke comes out, and it comes up here. So we're going to cook this till about 130 Fahrenheit internal. We're going to stick a meter probe in there as well. Once it's at about 130, we're going to come back and we're going to glaze probably every 15-20 minutes until we get to an internal of about 140. Super excited to do this cook on the Hellrazr Yama. I look forward to showing you what happens. So we're ready to go ahead with the glaze. This one here, I've just done on the hob in the oven. However, I actually think because this unit gets so hot, you'll be able to do it on the top of the Yama. So realistically, with this glaze, all I've done is half a stick of butter, half a cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of brown sugar, half a cup of butter, quarter cup of brown sugar, quarter cup of honey, some good tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and a nice healthy shot of Woodward Reserve bourbon. So whenever you want to touch anything on this Yama, and I mean anything, you need a glove. So, and little side note, just so you know, you do need to turn that around because one side of that is cooked a lot more than the other. Both all okay because the internal temp is on the side that hasn't been on over the heat. So we're just going to spoon this on and then brush it over. Give this a nice coat of this glaze. What I will say is so far I've been impressed with the way the Yama holds heat. It got to temperature really quick. So now we've glazed this bit, I'm gonna close the lid again, come back in about 20 minutes or so and give it another good coat of this glaze. What I'm actually going to do is keep this on top of it because, like I said, that'll keep it nice and warm. So we'll come back in 15 minutes. So I hope you can see that as well. Got a big blinding light to try and give myself some light. But again, like I said, little mistake. This side was facing the opening for the smoke baffle. I should have been rotating this every so often, but I'm going to cut this up and see what we're working with. So forgive the 90s boy band hairstyle, hair is so long. This is the ham. I hope you can see it. It's still a gorgeous pink colour. Smells just amazing. And now we get to taste. That is good. Bourbon glaze, so simple. Oh. Right amount of smoke. So, this is so good. Super happy with this. So, a few things learned. Rotate the meat. But more importantly, didn't have to top up the charcoal. This has been going now for, it's 5 o'clock. I think I put it on maybe 5-6 hours ago. So didn't have to add any more charcoal to it. You need to rotate the meat because of the way the heat comes out, the smoke baffle. One side's a little bit cooked more than the other, just with a crust. So, but all in all, fantastic job. You know, I think this is going to be great for low and slow cooks. Going to be doing a set of beef ribs in within the next few cooks. I'm going to be cooking this a lot. But thanks for joining, guys. Remember, if you like the video, please do follow me, Skinny Boy Barbecue 2020 on Instagram, Skinny Boy Barbecue UK on YouTube. I look forward to seeing you all next time.